Welcome back. All right, so in between the first and second period of a beautiful game on absolutely hideous ice in Lake Tahoe, we'll talk about that after that game's done. I'll be doing the review for the Tahoe game probably between the first and second period of the Florida-Detroit game that's coming on in about an hour's time. Going to be a long day for me, but we're going to talk about Buffalo. We're going to talk about the Rangers. We're going to talk about how the Eastern Division keeps tightening up. All right, Buffalo Sabres today came out, and I'm going to say straight out, and I never heard them mention this, and I'm not sure if that played a role in this, but I felt like it did. The New Jersey Devils were responsible for the Buffalo Sabres getting that time off. Time off they didn't want. I thought the New Jersey Devils today got punished by a Buffalo Sabres team that wanted to kind of drill them because, of course, the last game before their pause, again, one they didn't plan on, was against New Jersey, and this was the first instance we had seen where there was an outbreak on one team that affected another. It was Ullmark versus Blackwood. Darlene had a great move. Shot was saved. Cousins then had a break that was stopped, and the Sabres looked fantastic out of the gate. This was the best I've seen the Sabres look all season. That's why, to me, they look like a team possessed of the idea of punishing the team that took them out. So Miller scores from Hall and Stahl at 5:26. I like how that works, the two of them together. And they were full value for the lead. Then Hall pushes for another. The Devils would get a power play. Not an effective one, and it's killed off by the Sabres. There were no shots, actually, for that Devils power play. So Buffalo does a very good job on the penalty kill. Hall and Cousins, 2-on-1 then, that almost went through but was defended well by the Devils. Another Devils power play. Ullmark denied Palmieri. And then Skinner was robbed at the other end. So Skinner with a good opportunity. He does not get on the board today. It's 1-0 Buffalo after one. Second period. Sabres press 2 minutes in. Ullmark then denied Kuokkanen. So very good game there by Ullmark. More Sabres pressure at 5 minutes. And Blackwood was the one keeping this at 1-0 at that stage. Lazar then hits the side of the net. The shots were 5-2 in favor of the Sabres 8 minutes in. And then just after I write that, Reinhart scores from Irwin and Montour at 8:08. That was a goal that up until the end of this game, the app was still telling me Irwin scored this. No. The way you can tell is Reinhart's the first one in line for the high fives at the bench. Whoever's the guy that lines up first for the high fives at the bench is almost always the one that scored that goal. Sabres' fourth line then was getting chances. Reeder, I thought, wanted one today. Reeder had some pretty good looks. With 2:44 left, the Sabres get a power play, and they score on it. Reinhart scores from Eichel and Darlene at 17:46. So it's 3-0 for the Sabres. And it's a game that at that point, the Sabres have scored 5-on-5 twice, which is rare for them in recent games. Their power play hits, which is not that rare, but now they had 3 goals in a game, which has been rare for them. Outscored 9-2 since coming back from their unscheduled break. And best game I think they played all season to that stage. In the last minute then, Palmieri hits the post. He'd make up for that to start the third period. 40 seconds in, the assist to Jack Hughes. Palmieri gets a goal to make it 3-1. Gets the Devils on the board. And the Devils were alive in that third period. They played very, very well. And I don't know how much of that was Buffalo taking their foot off the gas and how much of that was the Devils just working that much harder. But they press at 6 minutes, around 6 minute mark in that period. Sabres got their chances at around 8. McCabe then gets hurt. He went in for a hit on Hischier. And I believe it was Hischier, yeah. And Hischier was turning up the boards. So McCabe hits awkwardly and it looks like his leg smashed into the boards. Something along those lines. He'd exit the game and wasn't able to put weight on that leg. So that's bad news if you're a Sabres fan, because honestly, their blue line played pretty well today. There was a post then for Smith, Ty Smith that is, so close to going in on that one. And the hitting was picking up in the third. Ullmark had a save on a Bratt shot in that second half of that period. With 4:44 left, the Devils get a power play. Ullmark catches a chance from Zacha. They then pull the goalie with 3:34 left because they need 2 goals. So they go to 6-on-4, and it's Subban that scores on the power play. That's his first of the year from Zacha and Bratt. So Zacha now has a 5-game point streak at 16:44. With a minute and 45 left, they were able to pull the goalie. They had to put him back in. They pulled him out again around the minute mark. And Ullmark tried. Ullmark tried for the empty net goal. He did. And it was stopped at center ice, but he wanted it. So keep an eye on Ullmark. He may be the next goaltender that scores an empty net goal. So Buffalo holds on. They go to 5-7-2. New Jersey drops to 6-4-2. And these teams play again this coming Tuesday and Thursday. And I'm there for it. Again, it felt to me like Buffalo was taking out their frustrations on New Jersey, and whether it's because they'd lost 3 in a row coming into this, or they looked across the ice and went, those are the guys who put us into a break when we didn't need one. Yeah, either way it worked. They outshot them 12-8 in the first, 11-6 in the second, and then New Jersey outshoots Buffalo in the third, 13-6. Final shots 29-27 for Buffalo. Buffalo had 1 power play, didn't score. The New Jersey Devils had 3 power plays, scored once. Ullmark, 25 saves on 27 shots, was excellent. Blackwood was as well, saved 26 out of 29. So, very good game. I'm looking forward to the next one. Speaking of the next one, New York Rangers, proving they're not as dead as they looked a few games ago. So, these teams don't meet again until March 19th and 20th, which is kind of too bad. But I have to say this. This was a clinic by the Rangers in kind of playing almost an Islanders style of game in this one. So, it was Shesterkin versus Vanacek. Shesterkin, after a slow start, he's been getting better seemingly every week. Tight checking first 5 minutes. 6 minutes in, the shots were only 2 apiece. So it was a low shot, low opportunity game early on. Power play then for the Capitals. The Rangers killed that off. So the Capitals power play, not nearly as lethal today as it normally is. And Hebert was the ref, so we knew we were going to get a lot of power plays. This one had 4. The other game here that Hebert's refereeing had 9. So the Rangers then get a power play. The Caps killed that off. Both teams 1 for 1. And then 30 seconds after that one ends, Eller takes a penalty to give the Rangers their second power play. The Rangers score on that one. It's Chris Kreider with the goal from Panarin and Strome at 14:57. So big goal there, key goal. The Capitals then push for the tying goal, but we go to the second period with it 1-0 for the Rangers. There was a wraparound chance for the Rangers denied by Vanacek as the Rangers continued to try to push to get that lead up to 2 goals. Jensen had a chance that was stopped, and then Vrana was denied. I thought that was going in. It was close. It stays out. So great save by Shesterkin on that one. He was kind of in the net when he saved it. Chances for the Rangers at 5.5 minutes. Vrana draws a power play. So good play by Vrana to make them take a penalty. Good puck control, but it was killed off. So they generated a lot of opportunities. They sent the puck around the boards a lot. Not able to get the goals as needed. The Rangers get another power play. Keep in mind they're 1 for 2 to this point. Vanacek denied Zibanejad. Zibanejad, we'll see if what happened today turns things around for him, but the frustration really is there to this stage. And then a shorthanded break for Dowd, and he hits the crossbar. So lucky break there for the Rangers because it would have been 1-1. And this team has had its fragility along the way. However, Lafreniere finally gets goal number 2, and it was a nice one on a beautiful feed from Panarin. Boteto with the secondary assist at 17:44. And then 59 seconds later, they make it 3-0. It's Strome from Lindgren and Buchnevich at 18:43. So for Buffalo fans saying, where have these Buffalo Sabres been for the past couple of weeks? Rangers fans would be saying the same thing. Like this is a different Rangers team. So they were up 3-0, but less than a minute after that, Orlov, unassisted in 19:21, gets his first point of the year, and it's a goal. It seemed like a big one. He jumped into the boards, too, after he scored. Kind of excited. So we go to the third period with the score 3-1. So the Rangers just need to kill off the third period. Early on, the Rangers get a power play. The Caps killed that off. They then get their third power play, do the Capitals. The Rangers killed that off as well. And it was a really good game for Shesterkin. And I feel like it's becoming more of a regular thing with Shesterkin. The really solid starts, really good play by him. And with 4:06 left, the Capitals get their fourth power play. They would pull the goaltender to make it a 6-on-4 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. But they're not able to score. And Zibanejad, after that penalty was over, he hits the empty net from Buchnevich at 17:48. Buchnevich takes the monkey off his back and boots it into the crowd. Not a literal monkey, of course. Be interesting if it was. We've decided for every 10 games you've gone since your last goal, you will carry a monkey on your back. I don't I don't think that's going to help, Coach. So, yeah, Zibanejad hits the empty net. We'll see if that turns him around. Sometimes getting that empty net goal, just getting your name on the score sheet, will help give a guy some confidence, and we'll see some goals from him going forward. With 1:18 left, Panik takes another penalty. He'd had 3 penalties today. So his panic level might be low, but Panik takes 3 penalties. So the Rangers don't score on that, but that really did finish off the game. 6-7-3 record now for the Rangers. The Capitals are 8-5-3. And the alarming thing is, with that goal by Zibanejad in the empty net, that is the 12th game out of 16 for the Washington Capitals where they've allowed 4 more goals. That's an alarming trend. They have to turn that around. The shots were 8-6 Washington in the first, 13-11 Rangers in the second, and 9-5 Washington in the third. Final shots 28-24 for Washington, which I don't feel like tells you a whole lot with this game. The Rangers, I thought, played very, very well. Power plays, Rangers 1 for 5, Washington 0 for 4, and Hebert's the ref. Shesterkin, 27 saves on 28 shots. Vanacek, 20 saves on 23 shots. And again, it shows when you have Hebert as the ref, you're likely going to see more power plays. Players should know this, though. They should know when to go on the ice. He's the referee. We know we're going to end up seeing a lot of maybe the ticky-tack, as they're called, penalties, and adjust their game as they need to. All right. There you go. Let me know your thoughts regarding these games in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, neither the Rangers nor the Sabres are quite out of this yet. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.